Questions, right?
Hey, hey, hey. And welcome to Influential Thursday on the Joan Henry Show. I'm your host, Dr. Jamaican Joan, but please don't go anywhere because we are going to be right back. Welcome back to Influential Thursday on the Joan Henry Show. Again, I'm your host, Dr. Jamaican Joan, and as always, I'm super excited to be here to bring you our program. So tonight's influential topic is serving strong, leading bold. And as we get into the meats and potatoes of tonight's broadcast, I guess you will see why we have that as the topic. But here with me tonight is the amazing soror, Dr. Gladys Whitehead. Hello, Dr. Whitehead. How are you?
Hello, I'm so excited to be here. Thank you.
Okay, awesome. So for those who don't know, we are doing what we call for the next couple of weeks, Resathon. And this is leading up to our anniversary. RESA is our nonprofit organization, and we're hosting 10 shows leading up to the 10th anniversary. And so this is our second show. So to give a better insight into what we're doing with RESA, I think I could go to one of my commercials, and then that one will give us a better understanding. So please take a look.
Dr. Joan Henry Fields, Visionary and Executive Director for RESA Incorporated presents Celebrating 10 Years of Empowering Women and Girls in the DMV and Beyond. Join RESA Incorporated on the 27th of September for an inspiring anniversary celebration featuring special speakers, music, a fashion show, delicious food, and heartfelt awards. Hosted by Sharon Addison. It will be held at 337 Brightseat Road, 201, Hyattsville from 7 p.m. until 11 p.m. We'll also be awarding scholarships to future leaders. Be part of this momentous occasion. Register now at Eventbrite and search for RESA 10th Year Anniversary.
Yeah, so that's an introduction to what we're about to talk about our show. So, Dr. Gladys, I have a few questions for you, but before I delve into the show, I want to leave a motivational message here tonight, and I'm going to be speaking from the topic serving strong, leading bold, just like what we have discussed earlier. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to break it down into bite-sized pieces. I don't want to overwhelm folks with too much all at the same time. So I'm going to break it down in terms of serving, leading, and boldness. So those are the three categories. So to begin, to serve, let's look at service, right? To serve strong. It is more than just diligently performing your task. Would you agree?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. It's about approaching every endeavor with dedication, excellence, and a deep sense of purpose. We cannot just be doing things just because. We must have a purpose for everything that we do, right? It's about understanding that your contributions, no matter how small they may seem, they ripple outwards. When you serve strongly, you're not just moving through motions. You're investing your energy, your intellect, and your passion into something greater than yourself. Because I don't know about you, Dr. Gladys, but I know that what I'm doing is way bigger than me. And it's supposed to be like that because guess what? It's not about us. When we do that, we're building trust, fostering collaboration, and creating a foundation for success. And that foundation that we're talking about tonight is RISA. RISA Incorporated. We're about to celebrate 10 years of greatness. So what does that
Yes.
mean? That we have been doing a thing or two, right? So it's anywhere from scholarships, feeding the homeless, aiding women and girls fleeing domestic violence, or sexual violence, you name it. That's what we've been doing. But yes, so that's the foundation for success that we laid, and we have to, just now build on that success. So before I ask you my first question, I would like us to take a look at another commercial, because throughout this broadcast, I'm going to be showing a lot of videos that I have streaming on several social medias. But for the sake of this show, just to make sure everyone is aware, we're going to play all of them during this show, right? So it's going to be a show packed with fun. Okay. So now let's take a look at this other commercial that was done by my friend, Miss Rosita.
10 years of impact, and the celebration is about to begin right here in the DMV. You're cordially invited to commemorate a decade of empowerment with RISA Incorporated, championing women and girls throughout Maryland, Washington, D.C., Virginia, and beyond. So get ready for an unforgettable evening brimming with inspiration, featuring insightful words from our special guest speakers, soul-stirring musical tributes, a fashion show, delectable foods to savor, a heartfelt awards recognizing the incredible journeys we've shared. And that's not all. We'll also be celebrating the future by awarding scholarships to deserving young women. This is your opportunity to connect with a passionate community of supporters, witness firsthand the transformative power of RISA Incorporated, and raise a toast to the brilliant futures we are forging together. Trust us, you'll want front row seat for this momentous anniversary celebration, so register today.
That's right, register today. So again, viewers, wherever you're watching from, whichever platform you're watching from, thank you for tuning in to Influential Thursday on the Joan Henry Show with our topic, Serving Strong, Leading Bold. I've already given my spiel on serving, but before I get into leading, let me go to the beautiful soror, Dr. Gladys Whitehead. And I see we know how to represent our colors, right?
Yes, we do.
Yes. All day, every day, the royal blue and gold. That's right. Yes. So shout out to everyone in Sigma Land. Special shout out to our chapter, Zeta Tau Sigma, Prince George's County chapter. So here we are. So my first question for you, Dr. Whitehead, you have been a part of RISA for some time now, so what first inspired you to get involved and commit your time and energy to our cause?
Well, actually, Dr. Joan, it was you. We were having a conversation about community events that we were going to sponsor for our chapter work. And in conversation, you began to tell me the work that you were doing with RISA, especially helping women and children that were in domestic situations, providing shelter for them, and then connecting them with resources so that they would be safe in the community. And as I listened to you and I listened to your passion, and then you were telling me that RISA was founded because of your grandmother. So that told me that there was a legacy in your family of serving others. And that's what we are all about as members of Sigma Gamma Rho sorority. We don't just look pretty in our colors. Yes, we do, but we are dedicated to community service. And that's what led me to join your organization, to do more to give back to our community.
Okay, awesome. I'm glad that something that I shared, you were able to see the value in it and to see the purpose in it. And so here you are. So I thank you for being a valued member of the RISA Incorporated. So thank you so much again. So for our listeners who might want to know more about RISA Inc. In your own words, could you briefly tell the viewers about the work we do and how we make a difference in our local community?
Well, first of all, RISA serves the DMV in its entirety. They sponsor events to serve the homeless. For example, the serving chili on a chili day. Not only were crackers and chili given out to the homeless, but there were coats, there were blankets. You pitch in and you serve, women and children in need. You partner with other organizations to get supplies, to get clothes, to get food. There's nothing in the community of need that RISA won't tackle. And that has been so impressive. So if people want to be a part of an organization that is trying to lift the community up by its roots, RISA is it. It's not about, okay, I've got mine, you got yours to get. As we lift each member of our community up, we all rise. And that's what I so love about the work that RISA does.
Okay, awesome. So I'm going to go to another commercial, then I'm coming back. So I'm alternating between commercial, question, motivational, because that's what we do. We do that all day, every day, because I want folks to understand who's going to be there. So the next ad that I'm going to be showing is the one that I have streaming for our keynote speaker, because yes, we will have a keynote speaker at the event. So let's take a look.
Let's celebrate. There's a party going on right here. A celebration to last throughout the year. So bring your good times and your laughter too. We gon' celebrate your party with you. Come on now. Celebration. Let's all celebrate and have a good time. Celebrate and have a good time.
That's right. We are going to celebrate and we will have a good time. Man, I have so much fun just sitting here making all these fancy videos. I tell you, Canva, that whatever I pay per month, that's the best investment because I have so much fun putting these things together. So back to you. So can you share a specific story or a truly memorable moment from your volunteer work where you saw firsthand the difference RISA Inc. made in someone's life?
The event that impressed me the most was our Christmas Angel Tree, where RISA partnered with other organizations to support a family of 12. The mother and the grandmother. The children ranged from a little newborn baby all the way up to high school age. It was so amazing how RISA pulled together to get Christmas gifts for every child in this family. They partnered with another organization to provide a space to have a Christmas party for them. And then yet another organization to help provide food for that party and food for the family after the party. But it didn't just stop there for Christmas. RISA continued to make sure that that family had what they needed to survive. And they partnered them with agencies that could help them with the resources that they need. It was just so heartwarming how all of the members of RISA came together and they donated their time, their cars. When the party was over, we had a parade of cars taking that family home. And we were all so excited and touched. And to see the look on the faces of the mother and the grandmother and the children who knew that they were going to have a Christmas just like everyone else.
Awesome. And I mean, I must shout out the owner of Fitness for Less Gym, Marie Johnson over there in Bowie, because she, when I presented to her what we wanted to do with the family, she gave up her space at the gym for us to host the event. And not only that, of the 12 children, She took 6 and she said, my organization can take the other 6. And so together, because I'm not talking about we go down there and we buy a Barbie doll. These were some gifts. And these children, they were not afraid to ask for what they want, which it is well, because we're the one that asked, make a wish list. It was anywhere from a real bed,
yes,
computer, phone. I mean, you name it. And we gave them the things that they asked for without hesitation. And that family, they're forever grateful. But one of the things I want to add to that is that after the giving of the gifts and the food and everything, we didn't just stop there.
Right.
Risa, we adopted the quote unquote adopted the 3 oldest girls. And those 3 ladies, they are now called the Risa Sparkles. Yes. That's the Risa Sparkles, because at the event, I asked Mom, I said, you don't have to answer me right now, but is there a way, would you be okay with us continuing a relationship? Because you see, Soror Whitehead, it's one thing to feed, it's one thing to give, but there is something special about the relationship. We've been doing Angel Tree for many years, and honestly, I probably walk past some of these kids and not know that those were part of the program, because guess what? There were no relationship. And I made a promise that starting last year, we're going to change that. We need to have that relationship to continue. And these children, they are the most amazing children. They send me their honor roll paperwork. And I mean, they're just so excited. And so back in August, one of our members, Queen Pam, who helped me with the children's with their ministry, we had a wellness day at my home. And we talk everything about wellness. And we had a project where we did lip gloss making, and they had so much fun doing that. And then this past 4th of July weekend, my husband and I, we hosted a cookout for them. So that's the relationship. It's not, it's not a one and done. It's a relationship, and I would love to, continue with them for as long as I can. My goal and my hope is to see them grow from Risa Sparkles to Team Risa, because that's who we are. We are the mature version, Team Risa, right?
Exactly.
So I'm excited about that, and I just look forward to what we're going to be doing even after the 10 years. So before I get to your next question, right? I want to introduce the MC. Who's going to be our MC? So our MC is going to be none other than the Sharon Addison out of New Jersey. Let's take a look.
All right.
Yes. And I know you can hear the little reggae beat back there. Erin is from Jamaica, so I had to represent her well, give her the reggae music. She's from Jamaica. So yeah, so that's how the music came about. So as we celebrate our 10th anniversary, we're excited to award scholarships to 2 deserving young women, either and someone entering college or already is in college. This effort relies heavily on community support. So from your perspective, how vital is this investment for these students and their families, and why should our listeners consider donating to this very important cause?
I know it's a tried and true cliche, but the children are our future. If we want to have a bright future for ourselves and our community, we have to make an investment to ensure that our children have every opportunity to be all that they can be, whether it's electrician, plumber, hairdresser, doctor, lawyer, whatever it is. we have to make sure that every child has an opportunity to grow. And when they grow, the community grows, their families are stronger, and then future generations are stronger. So it is incredibly important. As an educator, that's my heart, to see every child thrive. So yes, this is a wonderful endeavor, and anything and everything that we can do to help support our future and to help their dreams become a reality, it benefits all of us.
Okay, awesome. And I must say that RISA will be giving out over $2,000 in scholarship. So that's right. So I have something I'm going to bring up so we could look at this. I'm streaming all this across all my other social media platforms, but let's take a look so you can encourage your youngster to apply. We don't want to handpick anyone. We want you to apply because there's an essay that you need to write and there's a whole process that goes with it. Only 500 words, they can do that. Yes. But yes, so I want you to take a look at this. Is this the right one? Yes. Yes. So there's a small process, of course, the doctor in me, I got to look up for that plagiarism and all that stuff. It is okay. So yes, we want to train our youngster to do, what we call academic integrity. So we need to make sure that things are not plagiarized. So yes, I have the good version of Grammarly that checks AI and all, and I will run it through. Train up a child now. We got to train them up. Yes. So yes, but it is good. So earlier I gave my spill on serving, the service part of our theme tonight. So now let me speak a little bit about leadership. Leadership isn't about title or that corner office, right? Well, I don't even have an office. How about that? Leadership is about influence, inspiration, and courage to set a direction. It's about seeing the horizon before others do and then empower them to join you on the journey. A true leader doesn't just dictate, they listen. They don't just command, they connect. They don't just solve problems, they cultivate solutions. And I know that that's what we do in RISA as leaders. I may be the leading person. Yes, as it said, you create, it says you create you go before others and create the horizon and have others to join you. Somebody start, get others to join. That's called good collaboration. And that's how we're going to lead. That's how we're going to lead and create that success that we want, that foundation of success for our younger ones. So yes, so leadership, it's not about title, because I remember you mentioned earlier about one of our outreach serving chili on a chili day. Mm-hmm. When you did forget you did forget the pillows. We did give out pillows too. So it was chili, crackers, soup, blankets, and pillows. And so I remember that day it was raining like it's no tomorrow. And yes, I made sure I got my rain gear, my rain boots and all, because guess what? I have to serve. It's not about just telling others, oh, I would like for you all to do this. Mm-hmm. I am present at every last one of my outreach for the last 10 years. There was never a time I get above myself like, oh, you guys could. No, there's no you guys. It's a team. That's why we're called Team RISA. And we do everything together. Everyone may not make all of the volunteering event, but somewhere along the line, over the 10 years, we all chip in, we all volunteer, we all did our part. And that's what it's all about, right? So leadership, it's never about the title. It's not about serving from that corner office. It's about influence, inspiration, and courage and to empower others so that we can have a better world. So I've covered serving and leading. Boldness coming up next. But before we get to boldness, here's another question for you. So for anyone listening right now who's considering getting involved through volunteering or maybe financial sponsorship with RISA Inc., what words of motivation? Because we're not going to beg. We're going to motivate. We're going to give those words of motivation, and hopefully someone can see the value in what we are sharing. So what words of motivation would you give to that person?
Well, first, I just want to share a few statistics. In the DMV, there are 10,000 homeless. 6,500 of them reside in DC, 4,000 in Maryland. For women who are going through domestic violence and other situations, annually there are 1,000 women that need support in DC, 1,500 in Maryland, and 1,200 in Virginia. If it's in your heart to serve, join RISA. As Joan pointed out, you don't have to be on the scene for everything, everywhere. And we need you to just maybe volunteer an hour of your time, or if you have financial resources, that will help. If everybody did a little something, it would go a long way. And what it would do to your heart to help others and to see that sparkle in them, you will never forget it. We have an obligation to help those in need in our community. So even if you are part of other charitable organizations, just consider this one, just to donate a little time and a little service, because there are so many people in need, and we need every organization to step up and lead the way.
Beautifully said. And as you can see at the bottom of the screen, if you would like to donate to RISA, we have a secure website where you could donate. We have a RISA Cash App, we have a RISA PayPal, and the best part of it, it's tax deductible. So if you're looking for that end of year write-off, please don't give it to Uncle Sam. Please give it to RISA. let us use it to make a real difference so that folks can live well. So we also going to be having giving away 2 awards, and I'm going to show the one who will be getting I believe hers is called the RISA Impact Award. Mm-hmm. And this young lady, she has been supporting RISA for literally all 10 years. She is Jacqueline Bowles, who is a senior vice president of Industrial Bank. And when I tell you she support. There, right before COVID, she advocated and helped us to get their branch over there in Oxon Hill. We were able to host several months of free workshops to, just on relationship building, different types of relationship building. And so they've helped us with money for food. I mean, so they're always, Jackie is truly an advocate for RISA. And after 10 years, I believe it was just right to show our appreciation. So let's take a look at Jackie's ad. Soror, no one said they watched this show and didn't know how to register. The information. The information is on every single. Oh,
Yes.
I was very strategic. Like I said, I've been having fun with Canva. I'm just unleashing all my skills. I'm like, oh, I made this one. Yes. So, yes. So, and of course, like I mentioned, it's two folks. The other person that I will bring up is Queen Angel. And let's put it this way. She sang at the ribbon cutting ceremony. So needless to say, she's been here forever and 6 months, right? So now let's take a look. She's going to be getting an award. That's right. So we have been showing this is how you can donate. It's scrolling across the screen, all of the commercials they have, how you can actually register. So let me go to my third point. I've already covered serving, leading. Now let's look at boldness. Being bold. This is the final of the three categories that I have on here. So finally, to truly make an impact, we must be bold. Being bold isn't about being reckless. Let's get that part straight, right? It's about courageously embracing new ideas, challenging the status quo, and stepping outside of your comfort zone. There's something about coming outside of that comfort zone. We have to step outside of that comfort zone. It's about having the audacity to innovate, to experiment, and to take calculated risk, even when the outcome isn't guaranteed. Because as we know, nothing is actually guaranteed, but we take some risks and we just have to put our best foot forward and just be bold with it, right? Boldness is what drives progress. You cannot have yourself sitting in a box and not speak up on what you're looking for and think that you're going to get it. It's scrolling on the screen. We're doing this podcast. We're asking for stuff. My grandmother used to say, closed mouth don't get fed. Okay? Boldness is what drives progress. If we want to see progress with the organization, we got to do things like this. We got to ask. We got to open up our mouth and speak about it. If you remember last night, I introduced somebody new in our group. I just met her last week. She's my dental hygienist. And I said, before you take me out of commission, just in case I can't speak after, let me tell you about my nonprofit organization. And of course, in 5 minutes, I was able to tell her about RISA, because if anyone listened to me, I could talk about RISA in my sleep. I don't know, was it the accent or it was the enthusiasm? But she's like, I want to be a part of it. Okay, come on down. The door. So literally, and she's all excited. We spoke yesterday again, and she's really looking forward to support RISA. So yes, I talk about RISA every chance I get. Okay. So again, we have to take calculated risk, and boldness is what drives the progress. It's what separates the stagnant from the revolutionary. It's the willingness to speak your truth, stand up for what's right, and pursue ambitious goals, even in the face of doubt. And as I mentioned the word doubt, I remember there was a time I was doubting myself, and I didn't know the day would come when I would be actually hosting a podcast, which I've been doing now for well over 10 years. I remember, I think it was back in 2013, I had an event, my Women's Expo, and my keynote speaker at the time, Dr. Cheryl Wood, she had a radio show in DC, at a studio in DC. And she had me and another young lady on the show. She, talked about the event coming up. And as we walked down Georgia Avenue, I said to her, Dr. Cheryl, I would love to do radio one of these days. And she asked me, she said, so what's stopping you? And you talk about laugh out loud. That was me. Girl, with this Jamaican accent, nobody's gonna listen, nobody's gonna care, and I give her all the nobody's gonna. And she stopped dead in her track walking, put her hand on her hip like big mama, and she said, Joan, if you don't go get that radio show. And she left it right there. She has not said not another word. That was April 2013. By June 17th, 2013, I launched the Joan Henry Show. And then, yes, I was on Blog Talk Radio. And then, of course, as technologies changed, I pivoted to live streams. I did not see this coming, but that's what happens sometimes when we put up challenge, when we have doubt, of ourselves, the self-doubt. Yes. Nothing will kill all your dreams. So if you're listening, don't let self-doubt hinder you. Because I started going down that path. I'm so glad somebody was kind enough to share those words. At the time, it sounded like a threat. She said, if you don't. But that's my friend. Dr. Wood is my friend. So I thank her every chance I get to talk about her for just really pulling that out of me. So we're also going to be having a fashion show. Yay! Mm-hmm. I tell you, if you want to be in the place, you got to register. Please register to be there because it's going to be an evening packed with music, songs, skits. I mean, you name it. It's going to be there. It's going to be happening there. So yes, we're going to have a fashion show. And let me see if I could find the fashion show. Where is it? So where is my fashion show? Here we go. Yes, so that's Miss Tia Collins. She's the director for the fashion show. And from what I'm hearing, she has 2 other fashion designers who will be joining her that night to make an incredible production. So wow, you need to be in the room. You need to be in the room. You need to be in the room. So we're nearing the end of tonight's broadcast. And again, we only had one so far. We had last week, this week. We have 8 more shows to go leading up to the anniversary Reesathon, right? Mm-hmm. So before I go to, let me see what else. Did I share everything that I need to share? I think so. So before I wrap the show up, is there anything else that you would like to share with the listeners about RISA, our upcoming anniversary, or the power of community involvement here in the DMV and beyond?
Come join us. It is such a wonderful opportunity to be able to give back and to help lift our community so that we all rise. You won't regret it.
Okay, awesome. So before I give my closing statement, tonight's show was brought to you by Out in the Fields LLC, which is a platinum sponsor for the RISA event. Now, let's take a look.
Are you in need of a professional cleaning service ready to enhance your living and commercial spaces with a high quality clean like never before? Get ready to choose Out in the Fields LLC Cleaning Services. Our mission is to create healthier, more comfortable environments by offering reliable, efficient, and eco-friendly solutions. Our guarantee: we ensure the cleanliness of commercial, residential, and Airbnb properties, creating a positive impression on employees, customers, and visitors alike. We are thorough, ensure safe cleaning practices, are efficient, keep up to date with compliance, and offer a customer satisfaction experience. With integrity and honesty on every level, make the right choice and hire Out in the Fields LLC for all your cleaning needs today. Visit us today at www.outinthefieldslllc or call 240-423-1628.
And it's not a coincidence that I'm Dr. Joan Henry Fields, and it says Out in the Field. That's actually my other company. So yes, if you're watching, we clean everything: office space, medical facilities, short-term rentals, all things cleaning and janitorial services. And just added is our decluttering service and our junk removal services. So so those are the two new services that we added recently. So yes, check us out at Out in the Fields. We clean really good, sparkling clean. And yes, so it is the proud platinum sponsor for the RISA 10th anniversary. And isn't that a blessing? I'm able to use one company to assist with funding the other. Isn't God good?
Amen.
Amen. So yes, contact us today. So I'm nearing the end of the show, but I have a little challenge to throw out there, Soror. So I'm putting it a challenge. I want you to ask yourself, how can you serve stronger in your daily actions? We got to find something, some sort of service. We cannot just always be on the receiving end. Serve somebody. Mm-hmm. The stat that you shared, there's not enough research to cover all those demographics and to lower those stats. So guess what? There's room for everyone. There is more work for us to do. So find out, how can you serve stronger in your daily actions? How can you step up and lead in small ways to inspire those around you? Because it's not about the big tada. Mm-hmm. RISA is not serving and inspiring because we are receiving millions in grants. As a matter of fact, we've never received a grant in all 10 years. It's donations, sponsorship, kind-hearted people. That's it. So it doesn't matter. You cannot say you're not going to serve because I don't have the money. Open your mouth and ask. People will come through for you. Like I said, 10 years, never received a grant of any sort.
Right.
And we've been doing above and beyond, above even what some people who receive grants is doing. So it's not about just serving your small capacity in any way that you can, because what may seem small to you means the world to somebody else.
Yes.
And where can you be bolder? I talked earlier about being bold. Is it in your ideas? Is it in your decisions? Is it in your pursuit of what truly matters? Be bold about it. We're not going to be taking those baby steps. No, we're going to be bold and beautiful. That's what we're going to go with, right? I remember my favorite soap opera, The Bold and the Beautiful. Yes, we're going to be going bold, right? So here's my takeaway. We got to serve strong. Go beyond basic duties. Infuse every task with dedication, excellence, and purpose. And dare I forget, integrity.
Yes.
Because it doesn't matter what we do. If we're lacking integrity, it's not going to work. People are drawn to us. And I can speak definitely for myself that a lot of folks who are drawn to me is because I act out of integrity even when no one is watching. Mm-hmm. If you look at my tagline for all of my websites, integrity and honesty on every level.
Yes.
Because if not, then instead of being that magnet that's going to pull people to you, you're going to be a repellent. People are going to run away from you because once you mess up that one time.
That's right.
You know, sorority, we say give grace, but I'll tell you something, in the business world, you don't get that kind of grace, right?
That's right.
So you gotta act, you gotta operate out of integrity at every cost. I'm giving you this takeaway. Understand that your contributions, big or small, create a ripple effect. It builds trust, fosters collaboration, and creates a foundation for success. It's about unwavering commitment to quality impact. You know, the good book tells us that we should not become weary in well-doing.
Yes.
Because guess what? If we just hang in there, and I know I'm paraphrasing the good book now, but if we just hang in there, there's a harvest that's waiting for us to reap. But look at it this way. Let's say you have a field and you plant your whatever you decide to plant. When it's reaping season, if you're tired, you're not going to be able to reap anything. Oh, I can't do this. But do not give up. If we continue to run this race, there's a reaping season that's waiting for us. And one thing I know is that that reaping season may not even be about you. It may be about your children, grandchildren. It doesn't mean that you bless somebody, then you're going to get blessing back in money and I'm going to be blessed with money. No, you may be blessed with good health.
Yes.
Including good memory, being able to walk, being able to talk, being able to see. Those are all the goodness that we will reap.
Exactly.
These things will come back to us. It will surround us, like one of the scriptures said, like supernaturally, like a shield or something to that effect. It will come back to us. But guess what? We cannot give up. We cannot throw in the towel. We cannot be so quick to throw in the towel, because sometimes, Soror, we throw in the towels. And if you would have waited just a little bit longer,
yes,
that blessing was literally right around the corner. But see, we want things on our time, but we got to wait on God's time for what is it that we want. Okay. Absolutely. And in so doing, the good book also tells us, to whom much is given, much is required. As I always said, everyone much will have a different definition. My definition of much is not going to be yours, right?
Right.
But to whom much is given, much is required. We were blessed to be a blessing. So don't think that because we have the good old government job, we have the seven-figure company, we have all this. No, it's not for you to sit and hold it like you're holding baby Jesus. No, you're supposed to be giving back. Give, because the more you give, the more you will receive, right? And like I said, it may not be money. You may give money and you may receive health. Hey, that's a fair trade if you ask me.
Oh, yes.
That's right. So viewers, I thank you so much. And there was a comment on here. Okay, that was Mr. Fields, our president, saying that RISA tackles real issues in the community. Yes, we do. And so viewers, we have 8 more shows to go. But don't get it wrong. This show is not just an 8-week show. Influential Thursday has been going on for many years now. But this 10 weeks leading up to the event is dedicated to the upcoming anniversary celebration. Please share this video with your network and whichever platform you're watching from. Thank you for tuning in tonight. But before I go, let me find my banner, because I don't want to get in trouble. I got to do my international shout out list.
Oh, yeah.
So shout out to all my loyal viewers locally and internationally. Shout out to all my viewers in Jamaica, home of Dr. Jamaican Joan, the Bahamas, the Virgin Islands, Canada, England, Cayman Islands, Kenya, Grenada, Anguilla, Uganda, St. Martin, St. Kitts, Turks and Caicos, and Finland. Yes, Finland is in the house. So if you're watching internationally, whether you watch live or you're watching the replay, shoot me a message so that I could add your country to this international shout out list. And of course, I thank every single person wherever you are watching from. Thank you for tuning into Influential Thursday. We would not have it any other way. I thank you so much, Soror, Dr. Gladys Whitehead, for being a part of RISA Incorporated.
Oh, you are so welcome.
Thank you. And thank you for joining me here tonight. Viewers, there you have it. I have been your host, Dr. Jamaican Joan, and until next time, you take care and make this $1 million day. Dr. Jamaican Joan and Dr. Gladys Whitehead, we are out. Have an amazing evening.